Fucking live, everybody. How y'all doing today? I know it's kind of gloomy, chilly day here in the Ozarks. Having me some hot coffee, multiple cups, getting a little caffeined out. You know, uh, just taking in the news. Trying to avoid all the coronavirus news stuff and getting back to space weather and earthquakes and stuff like that. So I got a little report for you. Um, According to Terrell Blackstar, the Earth should experience a magnetic field reversal on the 13th to 14th, uh, anywhere to the 16th. Somewhere within those days, we should experience a magnetic field reversal for in excess of a few hours or more. It'll show up on the imaging software at any rate. But if this is an energy field we come through once in a while that Terrell Blackstar knows about and is charted, but what it's from we don't know. But it is charted by Terrell Blackstar. He's a good energy charter. Now he does claim that it's from the Black Star. I'm not claiming that it's from any object out there at all, other than just cosmic radiation surge from the galactic median there that we should be starting to pass through once again. That'll put our sun into the classic maximum that we're used to. That people pay more attention to the sun when it's in solar maximum than when it's in solar minimum, because everybody's recording. Well, since 2009 or so, everybody's recording the helio viewer of the solar flares and stuff like that, and showing you solar flares and prominences and things like that. The only real spectacular things that happen during solar minimum are the coronal holes that affect the magnetosphere, and you really can't see that except for dark spots on the sun. So it's not a fireworks display like we have during solar maximum. So this event and Dutch Sense has confirmed. I'll leave a link to Dutch Sense's latest report. He put out a report today, about an hour-long report, over an hour-long report on the earthquakes. If you're interested in earthquakes, go watch that. If you don't know about Dutch Sense and you're new on the scene, do subscribe to Dutch Sense and go to his Twitch, where he's live most of the time. I support Dutch Sense on my Twitch channel, my Mr. Mission Control Twitch channel. So you can see his earthquake 3D monitor there all the time, as well as his channel. But I made some good coffee. But so the magnetic field reversal, and then Dutch Sense's reports on pressure progression. There should be a significantly large, over magnitude 6 earthquake from now, anywhere from now until the 16th or the 18th. And I'm really giving it probably the rest of the month to see that. Probably around the new moon, we might see it, right when the moon starts phases into the new moon. So I didn't check. Don't know exactly what day that is, but it's getting kind of close because it was just full the other day ago, and it's phasing out. So just if you live in an earthquake-prone area anywhere in the world that's been seeing earthquakes here lately, or if you live in an earthquake-prone area that hasn't seen earthquakes here lately, be on your toes for the next 2 weeks. I'd say anywhere from the 13th to you got a couple days, so just be prepared. Get prepared. Get some food and water stored up, in your safe room. Um, have a secondary place to go outside of the area. Friends or family that live distantly, Facebook friends or something where you could bug out in case your house was destroyed or something to that effect. Um, I'm looking at New Madrid activity to increase this summer. There's not really much going on right now, but if this event here causes a New Madrid activity to spike, it would be a surprise to me. But New Madrid is an active zone, so always be on guard in Middle America for that to happen, and always I can't stress this enough, especially with the COVID-19 situation. I've ever since I started making commentary, I've stressed to prep, for some event that's always on the horizon. You know, have 2 weeks of water and food in your somewhere in your living quarters, in your house. I understand a lot of you live in apartments and small places and don't have a lot of room to store that. That's okay. Store a week's worth, or at least a 5 gallon bucket full of filtered water. Clean 5 gallon bucket with a lid full of filtered water. Change it out every month. Change it out, so it doesn't go stagnant on you or mold. And dry food, rice, beans. Um, have a way to boil water. Now, there's some excellent new solar water boilers out on the market. I know Leak Project just advertised one yesterday. I seen, and there are some excellent. If you go to these survival sites, that if you don't know where to find them, GSM has them. Uh, Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News has links to survival gear sites. Leak Project has links to survival gear sites, and they sell stuff. And Ice Age Farmer has links, as well as several other folks. Richie from Boston, RFB channel has links, and he's got a backup channel, RFB2. They all have links. The reason I don't post a lot of links all the time is because it's just a lot of extra work and I'm fucking lazy. That's just all there is to it. But I can tell you where to go to get them, and I just did. So if you're intent on digging through information, or sitting and watching a video, go ahead. But you can get their links right out of the description if you just go to one of their recent videos or any of their videos. They have different products. Yeah, everybody's got different products just about every week. Especially Leak Project always has something new under the sun. Um, little gadgets and things that are, solar powered or something like that. But always have yourself something to boil water with. If not, have some tinder, some cardboard with wax on it to start a fire, or some cotton with wax on it. Candles. Always have candles because those will help you start a fire. The wax from a candle on some cotton will help start a fire. Or if you rub wax on cloth, it's a good fire starter. Magnifying glass is good. If the sun's out, you can start a fire with a magnifying glass. Matches. Always have a box of matches somewhere. Lighters. In temporary lights out situations or something, always keep a fresh pack of. They usually come in packs of 4 to 6 lighters. Keep a pack of lighters with your survival gear. Those always help you. I know they don't last that long, and they're not dependable on long-term situations. But in this day and age, a long-term survival situation will probably equal your death. If you're planning on a long-term, and unless you're going on a camping trip and you've got everything planned for 2 or 3 weeks on a camping trip, and then you're coming back home, a long-term survival situation, if things go to crap that bad, you're probably looking at a death by uh, uh, roaming gangs of hungry people. They will gather and they will uh, seek out food, and they'll probably be eating people at that point. So, I mean, unless you have an organized group of folks, you belong to a militia and you're organized, you're not gonna. I'm just gonna stick it out to you flat out. My knowledge of how an end time scenario is going to play out. You're not going to survive an extended lights out scenario greater than 2 months. Somebody's going to find you. Somebody's going to take what you have, and hopefully they don't kill you. But by that point in time, that type of scenario, they'll probably be eating human flesh, um, and won't have any qualms about eating you and your extended family, whoever's with you. If you don't have firearms to protect yourself, because these are going to be gangs of 20 or more people in a roving, 10 to 20 people in a gang. If you can't outman them or out firepower them, they're just going to overwhelm you, whether they have firearms or not. They're going to get you in your sleep, you know, and practice sleeping during the day and be traveling at night, being active at night, um, hunting and gathering and at nighttime, because that's when the predators will be out at nighttime, and that's when you should have your defenses up, be awake. They're not going to be traveling during the day, most likely. But just a little heads up, if we do go into an apocalyptic scenario, which this latest the biggest thing that's ever happened to any of us that are alive today, and even our grandparents didn't see. Uh, well, some of our grandparents did, seen the Great Depression, but most everybody that's alive today, nobody's seen the Great Depression, and that's what we're heading into, a recession of magnitude we've never dealt with before. We're just now in the beginnings of trying to uh, get things back up on their feet, get businesses back up on their feet, and what we need is another stimulus. Really, we need a $2,000 stimulus package for everybody to put back into the economy, to put back into businesses that are opening. Because as far as I understand, the $1,300 everybody got from the original stimulus last month was some people haven't even gotten it yet. Mainly went for food and bills. It didn't get to go out into the mom and pop shops that are trying to get back on their feet and reestablish themselves. We have to support our local businesses, our local agriculture, our local farmers, meat shops, guys on the sidewalk making walking sticks. Support those homeless people. Keep the money flowing, guys. Keep the money flowing. If you have money, now's the time to be spending it. Don't stay locked up in your mansion and hoarding your money for some other day, because nobody's going to need it. We're going to need it pretty quick. My battery's running low. Let me plug in if the video doesn't cut out on me. All right. I think I saved it. But don't sit back and hoard your money, and expect for another day to come by where people are going to need your support and your money more than we need it now. Get out there, spend your hard-earned dollar or your stock market money. Support people like me. I'll leave a link to my PayPal. I need basic things like coffee and smokes. Like I just ran out of papers for my tobacco, and I had to ask my son to buy me some papers on his way home from work today. So hopefully he don't forget like he usually does. I'll have to call him and remind him. But I also need a bag of sugar. I'm about out of sugar for my coffee. I've been going through a lot of sugar and coffee. I hope I don't turn diabetic and start asking for money for insulin here pretty soon. you know. But it is what it is. Um, I'm trying to get some Vyvanse prescribed from my doctor because of my ADHD that I've developed over the several years. It helped me keep my videos going, help me get content up, maybe make some more videos like I've made before with like real videos with real scenes and music and stuff and editing and everything, instead of just me talking to you guys face to face. I know a lot of you guys like the personable conversation face to face, like me and Monograph and several other people do. But if I get more subscribers, I can do live streams, So put my content out there, give me some more subscribers. I'm going to have to do something pretty soon, try and get one of these bigger channels to shout me out. See you. But I need to produce, I need to put a little bit extra stuff into what I cover rather than just recovering what I see already out there. But late breaking stories, early breaking stories, I I try and get out there to you as fast as possible. Exciting things, I try and get that news to you guys with my opinion on it. So you got somebody's opinion, you know, rather than just hearing it from the mainstream. I like to put my 2 cents in, um, just because everybody else puts their 2 cents in. I might as well add to the pot of people making commentary. I know I'm not the easiest guy to listen to. I'm not the prettiest face. Uh, I'm not bad looking, but I know I'm not that good looking at my age. I'm 42, just turned 42, and so life's tough, guys. Life's pretty tough. But anyway, so we're looking at earthquake warning up until the 16th, if not beyond there. I'd say to the end of the month, if one doesn't pop by the 16th, I'd say the end of the month. We're looking at a magnitude 6 to a magnitude 7 somewhere. I'm not saying where, but the West Coast is primed. West Coast USA is primed. Um, um, I know the southern southern Philippines and north of Australia is primed. All the active regions really are pretty primed because the earthquakes have calmed down quite a bit over the past 2 weeks. I do recall that Greece had a pretty large one here, not not too far back, but there hasn't been any major earthquakes here lately, and we're just primed for a major one to go off here within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So be prepared for that. I know I don't put out earthquake reports a whole lot. I don't want to seem like I'm crying wolf all the time. But if you guys pay attention to me, and I don't cry wolf very often anymore like I used to about things. Uh, I try and back up my information with credible sources, or at least from multiple sources. If it's not credible, then it has to be, for me, it has to be from multiple sources. And then at least it has a semblance of being real. Even, when the mainstream tries to cover things up, uh, people say, oh, that's not real because Bob on the news said it wasn't. Well, he's fucking mainstream, lady. They're going to tell you the narrative, you know. They're going to tell you what the talking heads want you to think. You got to do your research. You've got to have a lot of subscriptions to people on different social media sites. You've got to back check your information. When a wave of information comes out, you got to do your own research. If you're not already one of these sideline reporters that constantly checks the back channels for juicy tidbits and reports and stuff like that. And a lot of you are specialized in certain reporting, like space weather, or like Ben Davidson is for space weather. And he comes out with all those papers every day. All those papers that you'd never see if you didn't know where to look, or know what you were looking at, or could read. A lot of people can't even fucking read. So if you know an adult that can't read, please help them. Read them bedtime stories and try and get them to read. Get them a smartphone. If they don't have a smartphone and can't read, then see what you can do to help them. It's always good to help somebody read. But if you have kids and you're not reading to them, you're going to hell. Just that simple. If you have young children and you don't read them bedtime stories and don't teach them how to read, and they can't read by the age of 5 or 6, unless there's something wrong with them, they got autism or something like that. And hell, even autistic kids can read. My severely autistic cousin writes fucking books. Um, my dead best friend's autistic son fucking edits and makes animated videos. Daniel Foster on YouTube makes animated videos, man, and he's full blown autistic. I don't even think I don't even know if he takes medicine or not, but he's he'll communicate with you, and so will my my cousin. But some of these autistic kids won't communicate, and they're savants in certain things. Given the opportunity, giving them given a broad range of things to do during the day, you can find these autistic kids have little niches to fill in society. They're a savant in a certain thing, like reading or writing or painting, or some of them can speak really well from a book, but can't compile their own uh, uh, cohesive sentences. But they can speak. Some of them can't speak and can like paint really well, or some of them are healers. I've known some autistic kids to be able to lay on hands and and can heal. You just have to find their niche. If you have a disabled child, don't think it's all over with. You have to help them find their way of of looking at the world, and processing things. It's all about their way of processing and getting on their level and providing them with the tools they need to succeed as an adult. You know, they're always going to need help with certain things. They might not be able to cook or clean after themselves, um, but they guarantee you there is something that child can do that nobody else can do like they can, or they're able to do certain things on a level of expertise and professionalism that that just a normal person can't do. So always look, always don't throw your disabled relatives under the bus, or put them on the back burner and try and keep them out of social things, or anything like that, because you're embarrassed of them or something. You're going to go to hell. You're simply just going to go to hell. And make sure you read to your kids every night, uh, even if it's just one book every month. You have a different book. That's what you should do, because once they learn how to read one book, you go to another book, and you let them read. Children's books. Don't get Dianetics out and try and have your 2 and 3-year-old read Dianetics. But I just wanted to make a video today, chat with you for a while. I know I've been lacking on my videos here lately, but I didn't have nobody to talk to today. I figured I'd get some things off my chest. So, anyway, earthquake warning and supposed magnetic field reversal coming. And it's getting past 30 minutes I've been on here. And I'll come at you with some more news as it comes down the wires. If anything important comes out. Um, Peace out, motherfuckers. Mission Control's out of here.